Hello and welcome to another episode of the Card on Blue Card Club. Today we're creating two beautiful cards created with the Forever Love Designer Series paper. This specialty paper is gorgeous. It has like a nice gold foiling to it. And it's to me, a kind of a strange color combination. We got maybe one of my favorite colors and least favorite colors combined up together, and it just works. So let me show you this suite. Now we're not using this actual suite. I'm just showing you what I included in your kit. In your Card on Blue Card Club kit this month, you have some of these really cool cards. I figured after we give these a play, we'll do these cards, and then we'll play around with these. We can do something with our leftover scraps, but I want to make sure I have enough paper. So this is something that coordinates with this paper. They are called Forever Love. No, I'm sorry, they're not called Forever. The paper's called Forever Love. These are called gold foiled cards and envelopes. That's what these are called. This is the Forever Love Designer Series paper. All right, so I'm showing you what suite it comes from. I'm going to show you now the stamp set. All right, hello, my name is Kimberly Smith. I'm the papered chef, and my card club is called Card on Blue. If you register for next month's card club, this card club is already closed, right? So the card club members have their kits. But you can register by March 10th and get the kit. Not the stamp set, the kit that goes along. This is going to be next month's kit. The kit that goes along with the cutest cows. You're going to have 4 new designs, 8 different cards, a super cute bag. I'll show you later. Maybe I'll show you later. I don't know. For my mom. But this month's card club is called Notes of Nature. And we have already, I'll show you what we made with Notes of Nature a little bit later, but this is what we're making tonight. These are easy cards. We're not doing the background stamping like we did for card 1 and what we're going to do for card 4, but these are the 2 cards we're going to make with just some simple designs. So anyway, that's the Forever Love paper. The Notes of Nature is part of a suite called the Nature's Sweetness, and it's part of a mega suite. All right, so let's just start cutting. We're going to cut 2 pieces at once. We're going to get them to go in the right direction. So let's do when we have the card bases already made for you, your kit was made with love. So you have a pretty peacock that's vertical, right? And you put Very Vanilla inside it. You're going to put Very Vanilla inside it. So you're giving 2 card bases like this, 4 pieces of Very Vanilla, 4 Very Vanilla envelopes, etc. I didn't do the insides of these. You're going to take your pretty peacock card, and we're going to make that. And you're going to take your Moody Mauve piece. Now look at this. The coordinating colors are Moody Mauve, which is like, whoa, and Pretty Peacock, but look how well they go together. I mean, who would have thunk it? And then you have Petal Pink. That's this card here. Petal Pink. Now this one's going to open this way. So that's why I'm trying to show you the 2 orientations before we cut the paper. So we cut it the right way. So for this paper, we're going to cut it 5 1/4 by 4. We're going to lay it this way when we cut the 5 1/4 because we want it to be tall. But at the same time, we can cut this piece, the background layer for this one. But we don't want that to be tall. We want the 5 1/4. Well, we do want it to be tall, but I'm saying in this case, we want the 5 1/4 piece to be like this way. Okay, so if you're going to cut 2 pieces at once, look how I'm orienting the pieces. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I'm orienting this one sideways because we're cutting the 5 1/4 inch. Now let's go ahead and do that. Cut them both at once. Okay, now we're going to cut them by 4 inch. That's 5 1/4. Save these little pieces. You can make cute tag treats or something out of those. Turn it and make it 4 inches. Okay, now you are left with, because of the way we oriented our paper, we're left with this piece and this piece. See, exactly the same, just oriented differently. Now for the next layer on this card, this card's going to go in the middle of the, let me see, that one's going to go in the middle of that one. Let me get this little length here for you. I have to bend this to see what my length was. All right, anywho, next is going to be this piece. So take a piece of this paper, and I really didn't measure it as much as I just wanted to get the pattern. So we'll measure it afterwards. How about that? We're going to measure it afterwards. We're just going to go like this and kind of cut the pattern, right? And then we're going to flip it around and cut the pattern. Same distance on the other side. And then that's going to be our cute little banner for the middle. Okay, maybe a little trim for a little more on this side. So let's see. 1.5, 1 5/8 probably. Let's try 1 5/8. Yeah. Ooh, isn't that perfect? 1 5/8. All right, brain dump. I need to do a brain dump. Let me get paper. It's like they say we can only remember like 7 things at once, but I think for me it's more like 3 things at once. All right, so we're gonna have we'll just do 2 cards. This is gonna be our pretty peacock, and then this is going to be our petal pink card. Petal pink. All right, both are A2 cards. Let's do this one. 1 5/8. 5 and okay. Let's do this one. It's going to go like this. Let me write down the 1 5/8 because I didn't write that down before. 1 5/8. All right. So we have 5. Right? They're both 5 1/4. And then one is going to be by 4 inches. And one is going to be by, so this is the Forever Love Specialty DSP. And then this one's the same thing. We have 5 1/4 by 4. Same thing, but just the orientation is different. So this one would be like, the orientation would be like this. Whereas this one, the orientation is going to be like this. And then this little piece is going to be down the center like this. All right, now this one I had to write down. Say we want the next piece to be for the inside of that. So we're going to take this little, okay, this is over here. This is over here. And this is over here. All right, now we need, all right, scrapping over here, putting all those, we need a little piece. I just bent this little piece of cardstock. So what we need is like, we need to go like, this is going to be inside of here. So let's see how big that is. 4. Okay, we're taking this really cool rose piece and we're going to cut it 4 inches. All right. It's probably a little bit less. No, it can do it. Maybe it's barely. Maybe I could say 3. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go 3 and this is going 16ths. I think that might work a bit better. 3 and 15/16. I just really cut it a long, long time ago. I made these card designs like a month ago and I forgot what I did. And who knows where I put the little slips of paper. Yeah. All right, so 3. And you're going to be like, this is a crazy measurement. 3 and 15/16. Okay. Times. Because you want to have your little dot, dot, dot showing around the sides. So that's what's really nice. And you could even do like, or 3 and 7/8 if you want to be like, less precise. Depending on the kind of trimmer you have. Maybe you only go in 1/8 inches. Here, we could try that one. Let's see what 3 and 7/8 looks like. I think we'll just try that. Give a little bit more of that. Yeah, I kind of like that better. Let's go with that one. 3 and 7/8. All right, now we need to do, so we're going to take this little piece and measure it. All right, 3 and 2 and, let's see what that is here. 4/8, 5/8. I think it's going to be 5/8. Hopefully that works out with the same margins on each side. I might have to go with 2.5. Let's just try that. Let's try 2.5. Or 2, no. 8, 9. We'll try this, 9/16. It's like, could Stampin' Up! Just make dies for us that go on the 1/4 inch marks? All right, 9/16 times 2 and 9/16. I shaved off a little bit. All right, so that's the little part. And of course, feel free to play with it. If you don't have this scallop rectangle, it really doesn't matter. All righty, that's all good. That's all we need for that. And then we need this little piece for the middle. This should be easy. It's a 1 1/4. I can tell that's 1 1/4. So we're going to take this piece of petal pink. We're going to go for 1 1/4 for this one. Times 1 1/4. Turn it this way, cut it 1 1/4. All right, I hope it's 1, maybe it's 1 1/2, but we'll try it. Nope, 1 1/4, that's what I thought. I can tell by that one. 1 1/4 by 4. And the next one is going to be, so that's a little strip that goes like that. And then you need a tiny little strip of, let's take those little tiny flowers we had over here. Get ourselves a 1/2 inch strip of this. Okay, but make it go horizontal. 1/2 inch strip. All right, so we're doing 2 cards at once. We're multitasking. I love it. So beautiful. All right, great combination. And that's going to go like so. 1/2 inch, 4 inches by 1/2 inch. All right, so there are your measurements for both cards. And I'll write down the ink and all that good stuff later. I'll even write down the way the card was. But right now, I'm going to start adhering things together with my Sail Plus. So I'll give those measurements again, and if I don't, we'll have them written up later. My team helps me. My team's awesome. Janet especially. She does all this really cool, like writing up the measurements later. I'm just kind of putting that like that. That's where the adhesive was. And we'll put it on the card and we'll chop off the ends. All right, so let's put this one on here. Just start adhering stuff. Okay. Start adhering. Use your little ledges of your paper trimmer to help line up stuff really well. Chop off your excesses later. I'll also put some on here. Okay, let me chop off this little end because there was no adhesive on that little section. Okay, and then push that one against there. Okay. You do you, but I don't mind wasting a little paper to get my precision right. I like to just put that little overlap and get my precision right by cutting with scissors. But you do you. If you want to use the trimmer for all your pieces, no problem. But you're going to have something like this when you're done. And then you're going to adhere that onto the petal or to the pool party. So you got that contrast. I did it for contrast. Beautiful contrast between the Moody Mauve and the Pretty Peacock. Just such an elegant card. Come on, Seal Plus. I just refilled you. Behave. And let me move this trimmer out of the way for a moment. Just get out of the way. Where'd my card go? There we go. Back here. There we go. Let's make sure it still opens the right way. Okay. Good. And then for this card, we need to adhere this to here, but not yet. We're going to ink it up first. We're going to put this beautiful guy on here. We can go ahead and put the adhesive on it, but we're not going to slap it on there yet because I was kind of like, there's not a lot of contrast there. So I inked it up. So, okay, we have some adhesive. We're going to put that there. We're going to get out the silicone mat stamping block. Moody Mauve. Okay. Put some ink on your stamping block. Flip it over. Put some ink on. I think I used Moody Mauve on this one. I know it's supposed to be for my yellows, but hey, it's a Moody Mauve in there. Okay, now let's see how I did this. I put some on the bottom right corner and top left corner for contrast. I just thought that would look kind of cool. So this is a dark color, so we just kind of tap off your little, first tap off the blob of ink onto your silicone mat, and then sort of get in there and ink up the edge. Okay, and then do the same to the other corner. So far, we've had Card Club for 9 months, I think it's up to, or coming up 9 months, maybe 10 months, and we've never even duplicated our card designs. So you always have fresh designs each month. And so far, I've designed them all myself, and I just have very unique kits. My club is like no other, so I hope you'll join me by looking at the offerings. And even if it says Notes to Nature, it's just because I'm a one-woman show here and I didn't have a chance to change my checkout page. So it'll say Card on Blue when you get to PayPal subscription part. But because it's after the 10th, you're not getting this month's club kit. You're getting... Leave that ink there because when you need it, you're going to get the next one. All right, so now we can attach this to here. And I'm not doing the whole dimensional thing yet. I will do dimensionals for the sentiment part. But again, just watch. The roses, see how they're straight up? So make sure you get your roses in the same orientation as your flowers. I chose these margins so that you could see the flowers behind it, like big enough to see the flowers. Oops, as I say, watch your orientation, and I just did it, flipped it over. Okay, they're both facing up. Yay, that's the first battle. And then we have this. Check on that again, before you would hear this one. Facing up. Okay, which ways? My petal pink looks a little raggedy on the end. What happened there? Sometimes I go through, you wouldn't believe how many trimmer blades I go through. Even rotary blades, just cutting all the paper for you guys. It's a labor of love. I know that my customers don't all have giant craft rooms like me, and they sometimes just want to make cards, but they can't afford to buy like every single pack of paper and every supply. So that's why I offer card clubs and kits. And, when I have a retreat, that's why I offer kits, to give you samples of different supplies so you don't have to buy, for example, my scan and cut retreat coming up. You won't have to go buy a whole roll of vinyl. You'll have the piece you need, to do your project and not have to go out and buy rolls and rolls of vinyl like I do because I use so much vinyl. Anyway, what I'm doing next is just inking up the edges of this guy. Just inking up the little, like that, on the edge of the paper. And over here some. It depends. I don't know how far in I need to make it. So we're gonna trim that in a minute. So we needed to say today it's all about you. Happy birthday with the Notes in Nature stamp set. Of course, if you're substituting stamp sets, that's cool too. Use whatever stamp set you have. We're gonna use the Pretty Peacock. Ink. And we're going to get a stamping block. I'm just going to put it at an angle here. And I'm going to get out my scrap paper. I was just making celebration cards and other cards before this, so look forward to some cute celebration card with a cute little note card with an alligator soon on this channel. That'll be this week sometime, hopefully this week or next week as we finish up Celebration Club. So this little piece is about 1/2 inch. It's the edge. When I cut all the cardstock for you to make you, from the 8.5 by 11 paper, I cut the card bases and then I cut the Very Vanilla. This is the leftover pieces when I cut the Very Vanilla. So I put some of these in your card kit so you don't have to cut little strips of Very Vanilla. But if those of you at home don't have a card clip kit, go ahead and cut some strips of Very Vanilla. About 1/2 inch, give or take. And just, if you want to get the angle right, you take the one end, flip it around, and you can get your angle right if you want to do it that way. See how you can get your angle right by using the piece you just cut off? If your angle matters to you, if you're into like the details. I think details matter. Makes it, oh, details matter. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. See, this is God's way of punishing me when I do these, when I say these things like, don't mess up your card. And then he's like, stop taking life so seriously. All right, we're going to do this again. I'm going to go ahead and trim this up first. You know what I mean? What can I say? I love making cards. This way I don't drop it into the ink again. All right, that one needs a little more ink on that side, I think. A little bit more. And then this one needs a little bit. I'm right-handed, so I'm just going to put... All right. There you go. Put the... Today is your day. Today is all about you. Happy birthday. I like that sentiment. Oh, came out nice, came out nice. All right, we're going to put that on with a piece of, and I already had that little speck on there from before. We're going to put that onto the card with a piece of ribbon. That is one of the online exclusive ribbons you may not know about. Here, let's before we get too far, get rid of all this stuff because I know I have a little bucket somewhere where I keep all my ink. All right. Actually, I can, let me think. Am I inking up with that color again? Yes. I'm using that same color again in a minute. So let's move that over there. All right. Over here. We're going to pop these up on dimensionals, but we're going to use a piece of this online exclusive pecan pie ribbon. So throw a couple dimensionals on there. Pull those off and put the ribbon on the card first. So again, open this up like so. Take a piece of ribbon and we're going to fray it a little bit. So the reason I chose this ribbon is because it has very vanilla in it. And our see how it's very vanilla? And we're doing very vanilla. Now, if you want to fray it, you can fray it. In fact, I'd like to hear from you if you like it frayed or not frayed. So here's the fray ribbon. I'm thinking I'm going to leave one not frayed. See, you can fray the ends. And to fray the ends, you're just going to get in there with your little... let's find my little... You're going to take your pick tool and you're just going to fray the ends. You know what I mean? Pull out little strings from them. I'm going to leave it unfrayed, this one. But I like to hear if you like it frayed or not frayed. I'm going to put a little piece of adhesive there and put that on there. Okay, and then we're going to put this little guy over top of it and a few little pearls. And that is how you really jazz up your card with some extra layering. Organic looking, yeah. It does look organic like the nature. It goes with the nature. Thank you, Phil, for your feedback. It does look like that nature, organic looking. I'm looking for the little tiny pearls. Because that's what I put on those ones. All right, let's see if I have any pearls. I can only find one pearl. Where are my pearls? So these were your... Trying to think of what that was called. Your iridescent pearls or something. Anyway, put your 3 pearls on there. Okay, and put them like 1, 2, 3. Put your 3 little pearls in there. They're from your card club kit. And later I'm going to do the same to mine. And maybe I'll make another one with frayed ribbon, but for now I'm going to not fray that because we're making a second card and I'm also trying to make a card. Frayed. You guys like frayed. I see you guys like frayed more. But you can go ahead and fray yours too. All right, so let's go ahead and make the next card. We're going to take we're going to do thanks for making me smile. Oh boy, hope I can find that little piece because that's one of the little die cuts. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm still looking around for that little piece, so I don't have to die cut anymore of those little guys. Oh, but I did find my little pearls at the... Yay, I found my pearls. I can at least finish that card with the pearls. Hate leaving things unfinished, so I'm going to put one there and one there. All right, so that card is done. Okay. We could have die cut it because I have these die cuts, but I just rather, just use the ones that are already die cut, because that's one thing I do to save time in these videos is I have a lot of pieces already made. So we're going to use what's on the brush. We're going to ink up the edges of this. I believe Thoughtful Expressions. Right? Let's see. Is Kathy here? She's my research assistant. Kathy's here from Backyard Stamper. This is Thoughtful Expressions, right? The one with the hummingbird. It's that little die from the one with the hummingbird. And that's like, it has all these like layered, really cool shaped dies. And some of those are going in your next month's kit as well. In your cow kit. So you get a little bag of die cuts, and you get them from like all different sets. From a couple, even in a couple different colors. So we're going to do that. We're going to make a vertical one with the pretty peacock. And it's going to say, thanks for making me smile. And you'll see that this matches the one we did one last week with the same sentiment. So there was only 3 sentiments in this kit, and we did last week or this weekend. We used this again. So you're going to do just a note to say hello. That'll be the last card we make. But this one, we've already made one card with this sentiment. But it's a great sentiment. And you'll see how in a minute how we background stamped a card as well. All right, so we're going to put that there. Get a little stamping block. Okay, get my little scrap of paper out. Always stamp a couple times onto the scrap paper before you stamp onto your die cut, because, you never know if the ink is up, if your stamp's upside down, or if your stamp has a little crumb on it, glitter. Sometimes the letters don't come out nice. So I always stamp like a little test stamp on my paper. That way I know that my die cuts won't get messed up. All right, so that's cool. That was a pretty peacock again. And Moody Mauve. And I always make extras. All right, now going to attach all this. We need some of those little leaves too. We're not really done this card because we have a couple little die cut leaves, but we'll get there. And this one, I didn't think I used die cut leaves, but I did use pearls. All right, so it needs some of these. I like this one better. It's a little darker. We're going to pop this up with dimensionals. So that's why I did that. I did this whole design around having this die cut. First, I decided on the die cut, then I had already decided on the paper. Then I decided on the die cut. Because I wanted to make it a vertical card. And then I was like, oh, okay, now I can make everything vertical. So that made the design. That's what led the whole design. Okay, we're going to put one of these here and here and here. So that card is done. We got our 3 little pearls. See how it shimmers? Beautiful. I think that's going to make a lot of people smile, if you ask me. All right, so now, this was one of the ones from last week, so let's take out. You need 2 of these little guys from your kit. These were all die cut for you. I did this myself with both, let's see. That is called what is it? Textured, I forget what it's called. Distressed gold. I think it's called distressed gold cardstock. And then sometimes I use that for one, and then sometimes I just use some like gold foil. So use either one. We're just gonna use that. So, and you put a little glue on there. Oh, by the way, they came out of, the reason I'm using them is they came out of the one that goes with this set. The Nature's Sweetness, or not Nature's Sweetness, Notes of Nature dies. We now have a name, like we meaning Stampin' Up, because I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I don't speak for the company, but in this case I can, because they told us what they're doing. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm putting these little guys down here. Okay, I should have had my little, in my original design I had this up higher and I had the leaves down there, but that's okay. I'm just taking the little sprigs and gluing them on there. So they're now naming the dies the same thing as the stamp set. So we're not like trying to figure out, oh, that one got chopped off. We're not trying to figure out, oh, what's the name of, because otherwise everybody was always all over Facebook writing, does anybody know, I have this set of dies, does anyone know what stamp set it goes with? Because all the dies for like the last, we just celebrated our 35th anniversary as a company. And for 35 years, they were like putting the die names that were different from the stamp names. So people were all in Facebook going, oh, do you know what dies, go with this stamp set? So now we are naming them the same. So the dies I cut these out of are called Notes of Nature dies. The dies are fantastic. So you want to get the bundle together if you like this stamp set, because the bundle, you save 10% when you buy the bundle. Here are some I'm working on because I was planning on using them for one of my projects. So while I was cutting these for the card club, I always tell you, never waste a good crank through the die cutting machine. And so I cut some big ones too. All right, so we have our pearls, we have our embellishments. And these should have been a little bit further apart and into the darker areas. But there's just a pearl there, so I can't really move it. And this one's not quite centered, but you get the idea. You're just adding a couple little sprigs. We do that for fun. And you could do, you got enough sprigs that you can add 2 to each of these cards, and then we have another card. So let me show you what we can do. And I have no idea yet. This is going to be what's called spontaneous crafting with Kim, where we don't know what we're going to come up with. But I didn't want to do this spontaneous crafting before we had, I had to make sure I had enough pieces for this. Like for these cards. Now I'm done my card club. Well, now I'm not done the whole card club. I'm done. Oh, wait, this one's going, this one belongs to somebody because it's in a bag. If it's in a bag, it's telling me, remember, give that to someone. But I have a couple that are already loose. Let's see. All right, here's a loose one. So what you're going to do is, well, I think this needs to be cut and made into 2 cards. Like, that's my personal opinion. I can't look at that and say, oh, I'm just going to fold it and use it as a card. Now, why? Because I'm the kind of person that likes to have thick cardstock. This Stampin' Up! Cardstock is much thicker than the cards that come in the kits and things. This isn't as thick. Even though it's foiled, it's just not quite as thick. So I'm just going to go ahead and make this into 2 cards. Like right off the bat. Okay, let's make one 4 by 5 1/4. Which side is better? There's always one corner that's a little better. These are both a little wonky, so I'm just going to cut a little bit, like an 1/8 off of each. I went 4 by 5 1/4. They're wonky because they've been moving all over my craft room, all over my tables. Now the next one, I'm going to make, we'll go ahead and make that one smaller. Get a little bit more margin going. So we'll do this one 3 3/4 by 5. Not for the same card, but for different cards. And we're still going to write down the other measurements for you for the card club. All right, now we need, okay, let's do a Moody. See if I have a Moody Mauve. I think I might have a Moody Mauve card. Nope, that one was cut a little weird. So we'll go ahead and make a Moody Mauve card. All right, we're going to go with the, I'm getting an 8.5 by 11 piece. Whoa, I just messed that one up. Okay, 8.5 by 11. Cut it 5.5. I didn't really mess it up. It just moved a little bit. And and it's going to be 4 1/4. It'll be the same size as I write down later for the pretty peacock. Flip it around. Da 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 da. Okay. Flip it around. This is how I make all of your cards. I individually fold every card and everything, so I don't do it in bulk. I might cut some in bulk, but I individually score and fold every single card for my card club. All right, so now we have the basis for this creation we're about to make. Okay, now what we're doing is just kind of laying these around. So we're saying, now, why this color, Moody Mauve? My least favorite color in our whole palette, because I think this is going to be fantastic with the other colors. I'm going to use these pieces. So why not use the colors that go together well? So we can take, oh, that would be nice. Okay. I'm just kind of seeing what we could do with these scraps here. That would be nice. Let's see. I mean, I don't even have to pull out the rest of the scraps. That's already nice. So let's just let's just start going for it. When something works, go for it. You just lay it there, see if it works, and go for it. And put that there. I'm just using this piece because it's vertical. So put a little vertical strip there. Sometimes you can only tell if something's straight by looking on the back. I just cut ink all over everything. All right, let's see. Scissors. Okay, now this one I'm liking, but it's like, I'm liking this. I think I can trim it a tiny bit because although I love this, I can get rid of a little bit to show more of this beautiful background. But without trying, trying not to cut off that flower. And this is spontaneous crafting. We're not writing the measurements down later. You're just going to kind of see my thought process as I design a card from scratch. Just, not knowing how it'll come out. Ooh, that might be nice lined up on the right side too. Okay, do you guys like it on the middle or right side? Okay, do you guys like it like over there or kind of down there to see both sides? Okay, let's go ahead and we'll put adhesive on it either way while I'm waiting to see what you guys say about that. Okay, and with this one, I'm not adhering it yet because I might do some stuff with these other little scraps. Okay, middle, right. We need a tiebreaker. Phil says middle. Christina says right. Let's see. This is something I can do with. Oh, that's going to be neat. I think I'm going to do the petal pink right here. A little bit shorter. Okay, right. Middle. Okay. Middle was the tiebreaker. You guys did say right later, but middle was the tiebreaker. So I'm going to take it, and I want, since this is mostly where the flower is, and I'm going to be cutting some off, I'm going for it like that. I want this bottom petal on there. So I'm going to take a piece of this, and I'm going to lay it here. And you guys go ahead and try it with the right if you like the right, but we're going to go for the middle. Because remember, it's going on a Moody Mauve card. That might be why you guys come up with that decision. I just remembered it's going on a Moody Mauve card, so it's probably going to be better along the middle. Okay, trim off the ends. See, I got that more of the flower showing. Hopefully it's centered close enough, right? Maybe I can even put a little thing down the side of it. Let's see. Maybe we could put some, maybe it needs a little strip of pretty peacock on it. Let's see if we can, maybe we could put that on the right. Then you'll all get your wish. What do you think of that? Yes or no for this layer of pretty peacock on the right? Either way, I need to trim it a little with my trimmer because it's a little too big. So I'm going to have to trim it. Let's trim this side. I'm trimming a little bit of like a quarter. put an inch off. I don't have to use it, but I'm going to trim it and get it ready in case. So yes or no? Pretty peacock. No, yes, yes. Okay, yes, yes. Okay, we got no, yes, yes. All right. Tiebreaker was the yes. Okay. So we're putting that there. And I trimmed it like exactly. I didn't even know I did that. Like I trimmed it like exactly to line up on the edge. And that was a total guess where it was going to go. All right, so we got the yes, and now we put that there, and then we're gonna put this. So it's like, you're like, why did you use the beautiful card when you just covered the whole thing up? Well, who knows? We might be able to put another piece back on the front. Like, even though we covered some up, we might be able to take the, I think we could do something with that envelope, maybe. Here, let's try to see if we can do that. Oops, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Just envelopes. Let's see if we can stick that over it somewhere. I don't know. Let me chop it off and see what happens. See if we can put it somewhere. Has to be the vanilla side if I use it. Maybe on the other card, we'll see. Okay, yeah, I think on this card. I'm gonna use it on this card. I'm gonna go for something like this. Maybe I'll go for that across the middle with that. Nope, I like it underneath. I like it underneath. Okay, so for this one, I definitely have to cut these together. Well, this one's going to involve some glue because I'll never center this right if not. Okay, glue, 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 glue. I don't really use the pretty envelopes that come with these kits because I'm always sending people cards that they can use again. And so I tend to not use the pretty envelopes unless I give them away. So what I'm doing is I'm going up and making sure I get that this actually stays on there, you know, before I trim it down. Like that it's even. Okay, we'll trim some of this off. Okay. And I can trim some, the same amount off the other side. And then we can even make it smaller, but we'll just go from there. I'm gonna hide some of it underneath there. Okay, yep, go trim some more. I'm hiding it under here so it doesn't have to be exact. You see what I'm saying? I'm using that. I'm hiding it under there. Oh, I can trim a lot more off of each side. Or no, I'll just go for it like something like that. Okay, cool, but now I gotta get rid of the bottom part. Trimming off the bottom part. All right, so that's a cute little element. Something like that. Okay, not sure where I'm putting it yet, but that's going to be my element. Now I got to figure out, we can do, let's see. Nope, this one's going to go for this card. I think. We'll see. I think I might have to do, these kind of. I think I might have to do a birthday sentiment on this one. Or a note sentiment. I need something horizontal. So we'll just use, I think we'll use the note sentiment. Just a little note to say hello. Maybe not for this one, but, or maybe both. Ooh, maybe both. Let me grab out the little thingy and see if we can do both. That might be really cute. Oh, it fits on there. I can do both. So now I got to find that little. I'd already evicted this ink and put it over there. So hopefully it doesn't get all over everything again. So we're going to do that up in the right corner. Hopefully you can see that I'm inking up the edges. I just think it needs two things. That's why I'm saying do both. But I don't know if this is even going to fit on there. Oops. What in the world was that? What was I dipping into? This is why we test stamp, because I was like dipping into the. Okay, let's, just so you guys don't go crazy on that, I'm just testing out my scrap paper. I use my scrap paper till it's all used up, and then I get rid of it. Okay, let me see. These are just some extra very vanilla things I had. I'm going to see if I can, if they'll fit on here. This is called the decorative circle. And this is one I think that might work too. These are little yellow vanilla things I had. Very vanilla. When I say vanilla, I'm saying very vanilla. And I always know to ink up with the Moody Mauve because the Pretty Peacock is the darker color. So we always ink up with the Moody Mauve. All right, I think I'm going to do it that way though. All right, we're not sure what we're using yet, and I'm not going to close that yet because I don't know if I need all these. So, do we like it with different kinds of dyes or the same? And of course, I would straighten that out. Pretend that's like a straight. Do you like it with the different dyes or the same kind of dye? Before I use these, I have to make sure I have enough of these. Nope, I want to make sure these are for my club. Let's see what you guys say first. Try it on the left before you stick it down. Okay, I gotcha. Try it on the left side. You're saying this. Like that. Yeah, because then it won't. You're saying try it on the left side like that? I'm just trying not to block that. I mean, I could do this too, but then I'd be blocking that beautiful rose that we wanted to have in there so nicely. Okay, you guys like it different. Okay, different. Good. I was hoping you'd say different because I don't want to use... I had one... So one person, I thought like, you know, I forgot their kit. In other words, I screwed up and forgot their kit. I do like it better on the left side. Thank you. Well, I just don't want to block, you know. I think that's what you meant by the left side. Putting this on the right. I just don't want to block that beautiful flower. That's the point. That's what I was trying not to do. But I do think it needs a little bit of bling. I'm going to center that one along the line just for design purposes. Let's put this on a card. Oh, it could use a little cute border because that one was the one with the shorter margin. But I don't know if I have anything left for a border, so let's see what we could do for a cute border. Maybe this paper. Nope. Nope. It would have to be a pink. If I was going to do a border. Oh, this one. There we go. Cute border. Right? So let's go ahead and make it. Now, you see me making all my card mats 5 1/4 by 4. But in this case, since I need a margin to kind of show because of the vanilla, I'm going to go ahead and do 4 1/8. Again, I'm not writing these down, so like later you can rewatch this tutorial. I'm going to write down the other 2 cards, but these are just spontaneous cards. Just having fun. 5 3/8. In other words, I'm just adding an extra little 1/8 of an inch onto what I usually do for my card mats, just to give it a cute little border. Oh, yes. And yes, that's going to be that, and I think it could use some bling. So in other words, it has an 1/8 inch around the outside. Let's see if I can use one of my... Oh my goodness, I love it. I'm going to just take some of this and just use it. Oh my goodness. How fun. Is it going to stick out the top? It's okay if it sticks out the top as long as it don't go off the edge of the card. So I can still get it in the envelope. Okay, sticker machine. All of these little gadgets I use are in my Amazon store. So please use my Amazon store links if you're going to get any of the cute little gadgets I use. I just make a sticker. I mean, who wants to use glue? Not me. Not if you don't have to. Just like make a sticker. Use that to clean up all your little pieces too. This is going to be a true crafter math where I say, I got the crafter math because I got so much stuff on my table. Okay, let's see if it doesn't stick out the top. Something like that. All right, cool. It can stick out the top as long as it doesn't stick out the envelope. Oh, I want to make it kind of straight. No, you know what? I'm going to put it over there more. I'm going to put it along the seam. That's what I'm going to do. See this little stalk? It's like Jack and the Beanstalk. I'm putting it like along the seam. So now it's a mystery, kind of like that seam is covered. Oh, love it. Hitchhiker. Honestly, I didn't think these were going to come out so good. I'm not just saying that because I made them. I'm saying like I really didn't think you could do that much with these little cards, those little cute card pieces. I was like, they're cute, but it's like between the paper and the card pieces and the sentiments and the embellishments. And then of course, they need some pearls. They need 3 little pearls. You got the very vanilla going on. Okay, it's opening in that direction. And here, let's move this stuff out of the way because I have to put this flat when I attach this. Because this one this is the 1/8 of an inch one. So it's this is not as forgiving. When you do an 1/8 of an inch margin, you really got to get in there and try not to make it crooked. That's why I tend to use 1/4 inch margins because they're just more forgiving. I like this better than my card club card. But who knew? But you do have this. You can make this with your card club kit because I gave you all this this paper. I gave you each one envelope and 1 card. So now you can take the envelope and card and make 2 cards out of it just like I just did. You might need some of your own Moody Mauve card base. I'm just adding a few little pearls. Let's put a pearl right on. And I was going to put it on there, but let's put it down there. No, can't put it on there because it's not contrast. I need to put it somewhere over here. There. That way it's really kind of showing. You kind of want to randomly put the pearls around. It may even need 5 pearls. Because it kind of needs a pearl over here. And a pearl up there. This pearl has to move down though because it's kind of too close to that pearl. There you go. Now we go 5 pearls. Just 2 odd numbers. All right, I'm happy with that. Now let's see how we can fix up this card. We have pieces. We have this. Now I didn't attach this yet because I was trying to see where to put it. So maybe I want to use this just to say hello because I don't want to block that cute little guy. And if I am going to use this, I need to put this up higher or down lower. Probably up higher because I can cover. Maybe I'm going to put it up there and put that there. And then I would need something behind it. Or I could do that. Nope, because that's blocking that. Nope, it has to. Well, it could be. It could be this down here and that up there. Ooh, that might be nice. Now it doesn't block that. Like I put that down there as an element and another element up there. And with maybe some sprigs. Okay, that's what I'm deciding. Executive decision. So now you know how I design cards. Like I never know how, I just design them like different every time. I don't know what I'm going to do ahead of time. I just start designing and see what ends up. And then sometimes I'm like, oops, I forgot to write down what I did. And that's why sometimes I have notebooks all over the place, but sometimes I don't always put them in order because like when the creativity strikes, you must act. When you're feeling creative, don't let the time slip away. Okay, that needs a little bit of wink of Stella because there's so much going on down here with this beautiful rose. And I probably would have, if I did this all again, I would have centered that rose a little better. But, I mean, it's kind of mysterious anyway because it's off to the right. And I think it needs a little bit of, I'm just going to go like that along the whole thing. Wink of Stella. That's just glitter. I'm glitter brushing the whole thing. And then that little one, when I glued it, I could have used a sticker sheet for that too. Come on. It's like I'm all out. I'm all out of glue. I'm so lost without you. You knew I couldn't do a whole tutorial without singing. All right, there we go. Some glitter. And then I think this might need a little something behind it. I might use my other sprig. Let's see what my sprig, we're going to cut. So you saw I cut off part of the sprig for the other card, and then maybe I can just do something with this little sprig. Something like that, and then I'll put the other kinds of sprigs over there. The other kind meaning the other styles. Those I'll just glue because they're so small. Okay, that's sticking on my hand no matter what I do. All right, put that over here. Okay, kind of like off to the side. I'm going to tuck it under a little bit. Get under there. Because like a mystery, like it's coming out from the other paper. Get under there. Okay, and then this will be kind of sticking out like so. Kind of, these will be, I'm going to put those like under there. And then I think I need some other sprigs. I was going to pop it up with dimensionals, but I want these to kind of hang over it. So we're just going to go for it, make it flat. Get these to kind of go over it. Okay, and then, all right, first we'll attach that, then we'll do some more sprigs. Keep checking that it opens the right way. Since this was the 1/4 inch one, it's so much easier to attach. All right, in less than an hour, we made 4 completely different cards. This just needs a little bit more bling and a little bit more, couple pearls. And I still haven't even used more than 12 sheets. I mean, look how much more paper I have. I gave you each 12 sheets of this, and I made 4 cards. You can make 6 cards. Well, you might not have the same scraps as me left if you make 2 of each of your cards. But go ahead and use this instead and make your make your 3rd and 4th card from that set using your little one like that, and you'll have, okay, I'm just putting a few pearls, and then I'll putting these first. One down there and one up here. I'll put one right on there, and then I'm going to put the little sprigs. Oops, that something just fell. I don't know what that was, but I heard a thunk. It went thunk. All right, so let's put some of these sprigs. This is going to be a beautiful sprig. Okay, this is the one that has glue left in it. Not that the sticker machine will work on these, but what happens when you use a sticker machine on really delicate, tiny dies, you end up having to like get all the extra excess adhesive off of them. Like, I don't know, I call them like little adhesive boogers. Whereas on the bigger ones, it doesn't tend to do that. So sometimes I just think it's easier to use glue. Oh, so nice. Okay, I didn't put enough under there. Oops, I'm right-handed. Oh, I just crack myself up sometimes. I'm transferring the glue from my left hand to my right hand. Okay, we need one more sprig. We'll use a baby sprig. Or the very baby. Where's the baby? Where's my baby? This is why I die cut so many extra things. Every time I do any die cutting, I call it my die cutting binges, because then I have all these extra pieces to make things with. I didn't even get the Forever Love Suite, but all you do is take any stamp set you like, which I like the Notes in Nature, and you just use it on the paper you like, which I love the Forever Love paper, and then you just make your own things out of whatever. I think it needs to go straight up. I'm going to put it this angle. Come on, go back over there. All right, it just got ink on there. Maybe I can get a little baby wipe. Where is my baby wipe? Because that paper is a little bit of shine to it, I might be able to wipe off that ink. Oh, yeah. Because the paper is not... If it was cotton paper, like regular paper, you can't really get the ink off. But because that paper is shiny, it was easy to get this off. All right, let's move that around. We got our pearls. All right, let's make some room here and get rid of this ink over here. Not get rid of. When I say get rid of, I just want to close it. So when I show you the other projects, I'm not like putting ink all over things. Get that baby wipe again. Get rid of this Moody Mauve. Because this Moody Mauve, I mean, it's like, it's getting all over everything. I need a damp one. Whoa. Okay, I have other things to show you. We are on part 2 of the 3-part series for this month's card club, and I will give you the measurements in a minute. But we just used the extra note cards and envelopes to create these extra cards with some extra ones of our iridescent pearls. Let me just get that dry, okay? We made these. I frayed the first one. You can, not fray it if you don't want to fray it. That's fine. I was just trying to make sure we did everything in an hour, which we did. I was happy. Now we're going over an hour but I'm saying we made 4 cards in an hour. And then we made this card. So that's using the Notes of Nature bundle. Now I want to show you what else we made in this card club. And then I'm going to take a little break to say hi. And then I'm going to write the measurements. And then I'm going to show you all kinds of cool stuff that other people gave me. All right. So this is one we made the other day. So when you want to use your Notes of Nature stamp set, make sure you use those background stamps, because look how cool you can make it look like an old botanical journal. And there's just like so much going on with the nice scripty font. So this is called Nature's Sweetness Designer Series paper. So this card we made together. And of course, I have an extra piece, as you can see, because while I stamped, I like to stamp extra pieces. And this is the one we're making later this week, maybe next week, but this is what we're still doing in the month of February. It's the other Nature Sweetness card with background stamping involved and the botanical paper. All right, so that's pretty cool. Now I know there's a paper somewhere with measurements on it that we have to finish writing on. It's only been a few minutes and things just tend to get... There it goes. It went around. It fell off the table. So, let me grab it. It was part of the thunk you heard earlier. That's things that fell off. So on the Pretty Peacock card, just to finish up this section, we had a card that was 11 inches because it was a vertical card, right? Let me open this up and show you. It was 11 inches, and we score at 5.5 to make the vertical card, and it was by 4 1/4. Okay, that's why we made this 4 inches. That's why we made this 4 inches, right? That's why we made that one 5 1/4. We made it like shorter than that. All right, so that was that card. Now this card was more like this, the pretty pink card. I mean, not pretty pink, petal pink card. This one was 8.5 times, let me show it to you again over here, right? 8.5 by 5 1/2. So okay, so 5.5 by 8.5. And you're gonna score at 4 1/4. Okay, and then that's your whole measurements for both cards. Let's see, this is going to be, let's just write, I need to do this for myself when I document things. So this is going to be Card on Blue, the card club, and it is February 2024. So if you just look up the Card on Blue card club playlist, there's a whole playlist of all the card clubs we've done. Well, this will get put in the playlist. Okay, ink. You're going to use Pretty, not Pretty. Yeah, no, Pretty Peacock and Moody Mauve. And we're not writing the measurements for the other 2 cards, but if you want to go, watch those again, you can watch me do those. They were just completely spontaneous. No idea I was going to do those. And they came out like, I actually like them better than the Card Club cards, which is pretty funny, but they are the Card Club cards. So, plus 2 bonus cards. Okay, so check out the bonus cards. Okay, take your screenshot and let me put these next to it so you can know what you're taking a screenshot of. So we're going to put that there. And you did not this one, not this one, this one. Oops. Put that there. That card and this card. Oops. I don't know if that all fits on the screen at the same time. I have stuff everywhere. Here you go. Good. Alrighty, we have lots of likes. Thank you for liking this video. I appreciate you. Hello, Hilda. Hello, Christina. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Denise. Hello, Debbie. All right, Christina, Denise, and Debbie are all YouTube members. Thank you for your support of this channel. Hello, Kathy. I know, isn't this paper pretty, Kathy? She's like, oh, my. Oh, she's saying thank you to my mama. Mama Rock. Christina's naming my mom Mama Rock because of all the stuff she makes for the clubs and kits and all that. Phil, I'll tell my mom you said that. She wasn't feeling too good today, so I hope she can still keep sewing for a while. Okay, hello, Phil. Hello, Pat. We had to take her to an appointment. Hello, Caroline. And thank you for being a channel member, Caroline. Hello, Robbie. Poetic Expressions? You mean this was from Poetic Expressions? Okay, let's see. Robbie, I know I asked about something. And you said it's from Poetic Expressions. So I'm wondering if you meant this thing. These dies? Is that what you meant? Okay, cool. Because I didn't know what they were called. They're from the Poetic Expressions suite. So go look on that page. Okay, so mini catalog. I sent out loads of them. 61. Look on page 61. And then you have all your votes. And then we have all your fun stuff. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Karen. Hello, Joyce. And Phil. We got everybody voting. And Kath and Robbie. All right, so cool. Now I want to show you. Okay, I'm going to put these back down. This and this is actually the one that's part of the Notes in Nature suite. So now check out what else you can do with that suite. How cool is this one? These are swaps that I got when I was in Georgia with the fellow Georgia demonstrators. And, since then I've eaten all the candy. Now, in our channel, I showed you how to stamp onto the boxes. And someone's like, are you going to show me how to make this? And I'm like, no, because you already know how to stamp. And you already know how to fold the boxes. Because we just did all that in my channel. So, no, I'm not going to actually show how to make this project because I'm showing you someone else's project. So, you can go ahead and make this. I'm showing you for inspiration. But I did unbox it and show you. So you just use your different colors of ink and you don't have to have the stamp set to do this. You can have the stamp. I'm saying you don't have to have this. You don't have to do this to the stamp. But this is designer stretch paper is what I mean. You can just use your stamp set and stamp it up and put anything on the front. Okay, here's another really cool one. Some of these I still have, what do you call it? For the names. So this is Kay Jet. And she is one of the papered chefs. And this was one of the card swaps. Now, this is a really cool suite, the Nature Sweetness. And check out how she used the cork. I didn't get those cork things, but look how cool they look. Aren't they neat, those little cork things? And look at the suede, how you can use the suede to make this really cool botanical card. And look at how she used the designer series paper and the dies. It's just fantastic. And look at the distressed folder on her back of her card. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Okay, here's one from Linda Edwards, a fellow Georgia demonstrator. Hoop super heavy duty card. Thank you, Lynn. She's saying 16 likes, but 25 watching. So where are all the likes? She's saying don't forget. Thank you, Lynn. This is called a split negative. Okay, she wrote it here. Please visit my YouTube channel. She wrote Crafty Heron Designs for the video tutorial for the split negative technique. So her name's Linda Edwards. Just make sure her address isn't on there. Okay. Linda Edwards, Crafty Heron Designs, split negative technique using embossing powder, and making this really cool card. I'm trying to see if I have anything else from the Nature's Sweetness. Okay, I don't think I have anything else from the Nature's Sweetness. But these are, I mean, if I do, good luck trying to find it. So this month we have one more tutorial on this. We're also doing a whole workshop series on the hot air balloons, and we made this box in that tutorial. Those are not reachable right now. And then we have an entire celebration club. Now, since yesterday, or was it yesterday? I did this. It might have been the day before. I had done these cards from the celebration, and I wanted to show you a variation of these because I'll be mailing these. I told you I stamped, I really appreciate you, so you can make a happy version of this sympathy card. And then here's ones that you don't even need to stamp onto, which are the same as the sympathy card. But all you need to do is put like the designer series paper behind it instead of how we stamped the background of this one. So these are the two I'm sending to friends. I'll try to photograph them before I send them. But we've been working on celebration all month long. So we got a celebration club going on. And we'll be doing something with most of the products you can earn for free. So make sure you check that out because that only goes on until February 29th. And then it'll be over and you can't get free products. But when you shop at my Stampin' Up store right now, for anything I'm showing you, all the things I showed you were not celebration items. They were just regular items you can get from the mini catalog. But when you purchase things from the mini catalog, you can get all these things for free. Free, free, free. When you spend $50 or sometimes $100, different items for free. So check that out. All right, well, that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. Have a great evening. I appreciate you all watching. Thank you, Sandy, who just popped on. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.